Just taking a wee rest as the rain is coming in. I suppose this is landscape photography and it's normal. What I mean by that is you can come out time after time after time and you don't get the light that you want. But hey, oh, we're out with the dogs and we are on Side Pike, which is in front of Blea Tarn. You might think, well, why have you come up to Side Pike? Well, I came up here with a friend of mine about 3 weeks ago, and the light was flat, and we took this black and white shot here, handheld, just a quick snap. And I thought this is a nice little location to come up for an alternative to Blea Tarn from the traditional one in front of Blea Tarn, shooting towards the Langdales at the back. And what I'm watching out for is there's birds of prey, okay, all over the shot. Now that's a crow, so I've got nothing to worry about. But I've got a little dog, and you hear of birds of prey taking lamb, and she's actually smaller than a lamb, so I'm just being careful. But that's Stickle Tarn up there, and I'm wishing I was up there because the light looks gorgeous. But that's the story of my life. It's a bit chilly up here. There's more than one way to crack a nut, as they say in Yorkshire and various other places. Even though we've got soft light, and even though we're relatively flat, we have got a lovely area of light here behind me. And if I put, let's say, my 24-70 lens on, and even my 70-200, and shot that close in, you wouldn't get the dramatic effect to the light. So what we've done instead is I've now put my 16-35 lens on. Now, if you talk to people, what they'll say is, oh well, if you go ultra wide, basically it flattens everything out and you lose the majesty of the mountains, and yeah, you do with your background. But the great thing about the lens is you can bring in other elements. So you can bring in a foreground element, and you can bring in elements to the side, and you can actually compose your shot with other elements, and that's what you can see with this image here. Sorry if I'm teaching grandma to suck the eggs, and I'm going to turn this round and because there's a rainbow. I don't know if anybody else does this. I don't know if you're all running around mountains like this. I bet you're a lot better organised than I am. It's all calm and collected like Simon Baxter. That is stunning. Stunning, Tom! So I'm up a bunny. I'm up a bunny because the light has come out. The light has come out to play behind us. And you know that because you've just seen it, but I've run around frantically. I had the 16-35 lens on. I took a nice shot, and we'll show you that in a minute. But what I've done is I've resorted to my, can you see it? 70-200 with a 0.9 ND grad on the front, just to take that sky down a little bit. And we're shooting f10 pano shot from the left all the way to the right. Now if you want, you can shoot a pano shot from the right all the way to the left. It's up to you. But the camera's in portrait mode. Got a self-leveling base on the tripod itself, and I keep calling it a self-leveling base. It's not, it's a leveling base. You level it, and then what it does is it keeps the pan level. leveling bases by Benro, and I am really impressed with Benro. I'm not sponsored by them. Who wants to sponsor me anyway? Focal lens around 120mm and 0.9 ND grad on the front of the camera. Settings wise doesn't really matter, but I'm not going to be able to tell you anyway because the battery's dead. And I've got a new one. Here on in. Said it before, I'll say it again, don't batteries die at the most inopportune times. Little tip that Gary Goff gave me is leave your camera switched on but out of live view, because the boot up procedure of the camera takes up more battery than if you just left it on. I mean, obviously if it's on for hours and hours and hours, I don't know, but that was his advice to me. Don't keep switching it on and off. Yeah, F10, ISO 64, shot behind me with the dogs barking. This is it. So I'm going to show you the pano shot first and then the contrasty 16-35, so you can just see the difference. Two different shots, 16-35 and 70-200 lens, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you the reason, again, why I'd use those two different lenses in two different sets of conditions. So when the background or the area in the background that we're shooting is softer, then if we zoomed in with the 70-200 or even with the 24-70 at 60-70mm, it's going to look soft and it's going to look pants. So what we did there is, with those conditions, we took the 16-35 lens, found a strong contrasty foreground element, so that softness wasn't the sole thing that the viewer was looking at. Now that the conditions have cleared and we've got the light, that 70-200 comes in, because we can zoom in to 120mm and we can shoot knowing that we've got sharp elements within the shot combined with the light, which makes the shot. Hope that makes sense. 11:15, and people talk about golden hour and shots, and look at that. It's stunning. That's stickle tarn up at the back, and I'm going to shoot that. You sometimes, most probably, you get bored with listening to what I was saying, but ND grad on the front 0.9, just so we're not blowing out those highlights in the sky, to get a nice balanced histogram, and we're just shooting up towards stickle tarn itself. F10, and we're just waiting for the light, and once the light comes in, you hit the shutter and the shot's taken. And compositionally, we have the waterfall running down diagonals down to the right hand side, and we're just getting that into the corner of the shot, and then the peaks rising up towards the left hand side. I've been a bit lazy and I haven't actually composed this shot in the viewfinder. I'm going to do that now. We're almost spot on, so if we just look at that in camera, what you'll see is in the bottom left hand corner there's a little gorge or gully running down that's dropping me out of the shot or running me into the shot, depends which way you want to look at it. Then we've got the modelling on the hills, we have the waterfall that's cutting off the bottom right hand corner, and again that's leading you into the shot, which is the corrie behind the tarn. You can't see the tarn, and a corrie is what was created when the tarn was created during the Ice Age, and basically it's a glacier that's gouged out that area, and you get a rock wall behind the actual tarn itself. And that's the shot in the bag. F10 happens to be 1/15 of a second. I'm going to take the dogs home. I'm going to take a nice gentle drive down to Yorkshire. So thank you very much for watching. I hope it was as interesting for you as it was for me. Subscribe if you like, and if you don't want to, don't. I will tell you in future videos why I've been away for a long time, but I didn't want to bring it up today. Have a great day, have a great week, and peace. So you didn't think I'd leave Blea Tarn without getting a Blea Tarn shot, did you? No, I haven't. Walking down Side Pike, 24-70 lens, tripod low down, f10, waiting for the light rays to come across. Bam, 0.9 ND grad on the camera because it was bright.